The New York Knicks are one of the hottest teams in the NBA right now. After beating Miami last night, they've not only won 8 games in a row, but they're now a season-high 11 games above 500. And they're not only beating teams, but they're crushing them, with many of these victories coming in double digits. And when the games are close, the Knicks are rising to the occasion and winning in crunch time. Against Miami last night, the Knicks coughed up a 15-point lead, and Miami had the lead with about 12 seconds left in the game, but Julius Randle just hit this crazy clutch shot to get the Knicks to victory. The Knicks are just firing on all cylinders right now, and they're starting to not just look like a playoff team, but a team that can go on a legit playoff run. But anyway, let's break down how the Knicks are breaking the NBA this season. One of the main reasons the Knicks have been so dominant this year has been the player Julius Randle. He's averaging a career-high 25 a game on 47% shooting. His three-point shooting has gotten so much better this year, knocking down 35% of his threes, which is up from 31% last year. And while 35% is only about league average, he's doing it on a high volume 8 attempts per game. And these attempts aren't just coming off the catch. Randle has become deadly shooting the three off the dribble, and he's added the step back three-pointer into his arsenal. But while Randle is also a good shooting threat, he's also been deadly attacking off the dribble. Randle is quick off the bounce, and he's got a nice handle. He loves to use the crossover to beat his man, and thanks to his size and strength, he can absorb contact at the rim and still finish. And he's also got some serious hops, which is why he's caught a few bodies this season. On the season, Randle is shooting 65% within 5 feet of the basket, which is an excellent percentage. Randle is also having a huge impact as a playmaker. He knows how to use his scoring gravity to create easy opportunities for his teammates, whether it's kicking the ball out of double teams to find the open man, or a drive-in dish to the big man inside. On the season, Randle's 4 assists per game ranks 6th in the NBA amongst power forwards. Julius Randle has been fantastic, and his second All-Star team was well deserved. But the Knicks have another All-Star caliber player on the team in Jalen Brunson, and he's played well all year, but recently he's taken his game to another level. Over his last 25 games, Brunson is averaging 29 points and 5 assists per game on crazy efficiency, shooting 51% from the field and 45% from deep. Like Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson is also a terrific inside scorer, but he doesn't have the size or athleticism to just overpower defenders because he's only 6 feet tall. But what Brunson does have is an incredible offensive bag. He's got one of the best float games in the NBA, where once he gets within 5 to 9 feet, he's automatic. And he's got excellent pivot moves and footwork to score on defenders close to the basket when he can't get all the way to the rim. And along with being a great driver, Brunson has also devastated opponents with his pull-up shooting, where he can use his slick handle to create his own shot at any time he wants. Overall, Jalen Brunson has been incredible. He's completely changed the culture for the Knicks this season. He's a gritty, crafty point guard, and he's perfect for New York because his tough mindset represents the city. Another tough-minded player that represents New York is Josh Hart, and as many other Knicks fans have said, he brings a style of grit and toughness that we really haven't seen since the 90s Knicks. He's just one of those players that does all the dirty work. He's an excellent defender, he rebounds the hell out of the basketball, and he's a hustle player that will dive and recover those loose balls. And the Knicks are also getting a spark from him offensively. He's shooting the lights out, knocking down 60% of his threes, and he's also a player that's a legit ball handler, initiator, and playmaker out there. He's really bolstered the Knicks' second unit, and he's played so well that Thibodeau is often finishing close games with him, and he's earned it because Josh Hart has already made some big plays for the Knicks in crunch time. And as good as the Knicks' offense has been, it's really the defense that has been the true spark that helped to turn the Knicks from this 500 team earlier in the season to this dominant team now. And I think head coach Tom Thibodeau deserves a lot of credit. He gets a lot of hate from Knicks fans, but he's the one that's really instilled this gritty defensive culture on the team. And really it started on December 4 against the Cavaliers, where Thibodeau decided to shorten the rotation. He took guys like Derrick Rose and Evan Fournier, who were defensive liabilities, out the rotation, and he started to play guys like Quentin Grimes, Emmanuel Quickly, and Deuce McBride much heavier minutes. And since that date, December 4, the Knicks rank 7th in the NBA in defensive rating. The Knicks' best perimeter defender this season has easily been Quentin Grimes. He's the guy that regularly guards the other team's best player, and he's a versatile defender. Thibodeau will put him on a speedy guard like Donovan Mitchell, but then he also will put him on big wing players like Jason Tatum, and Quentin Grimes regularly does an excellent job and holds those guys below their averages. And he's not just a good man-to-man defender, he's also really good off the ball, where he's regularly getting in the passing lanes and getting steals and deflections. And Quentin Grimes is not only producing defensively, but offensively he's also spacing the floor, knocking down 36% of his threes on the season. While Grimes is the Knicks' best perimeter defender, Mitchell Robinson is easily the Knicks' best overall defender, and the team defense is so much better when he's on the floor. He's one of the best shot blockers in basketball. He's averaging just under 2 blocks a game. But it's not just about getting blocks. He really knows how to use his size and his length to force guys to miss at the rim. Along with being a good rim protector, he's also good on the defensive board. And he's one of those centers that also gets in the passing lanes and gets steals. But he also provides value to the Knicks on the offensive end. Not only is he really good as a rim runner and a lob catcher, but he really puts in work for the Knicks on the offensive glass. As a team, the Knicks rank 4th in the NBA in offensive rebounds per game, and that's mostly thanks to Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson is great at rebounding his team's misses and not only turning them into putbacks and dunks for himself, but extra possessions for the team, and that helps to wear out opposing teams' defenses. So Mitchell Robinson has provided great value to the Knicks on both sides of the ball. We also got to talk about third-year Emmanuel Quickly because he's been one of the best bench players in the league, and according to odds makers, he's got the 4th best odds to win the 6th Man of the Year award. And he's been fantastic for the Knicks on both ends. Defensively, he's one of the Knicks' best perimeter defenders, where his speed and his crazy length makes him an absolute pest as an on-ball defender. And offensively, he's a huge spark. He's turned himself into a really good scorer, where he's knocking down his threes, he's getting downhill, he's finishing at the rim, and he's also a legit facilitator, where he's regularly kicking the ball out and finding the open man, or dishing it and finding the open big man inside. So Emmanuel Quickly has been fantastic as an off-the-bench spark plug for the Knicks this season. The Knicks are playing great basketball right now, and a huge reason for Knicks fans to remain optimistic is the fact that there's still a lot of room for growth, particularly if RJ Barrett can get his act together. When the front office gave him that 4-year, $100 million extension, they were hoping for a breakout season, but unfortunately that just simply hasn't happened. I know he's averaging 20 a game, but he hasn't been efficient. He's only shooting 43% from the field and 33% from 3. He has gotten better as a driver and a finisher, but his shot from the outside just simply hasn't been good. And along with being inefficient on offense, his defense has also regressed. I don't know what happened. I thought in his second year, RJ Barrett was an excellent defender, but his effort on that end of the court has really regressed. But even though RJ Barrett has been largely underwhelming this season, there's enough flashes of brilliance to not give up hope on him. And to be fair, he's still only 22 years old, so he probably hasn't reached his ceiling yet. So if RJ Barrett can develop some level of consistency, the Knicks as a team can reach another level. But overall, the Knicks are playing fantastic basketball, and they're playing way above expectations. Coming into the season, I saw the Knicks as a play-in team and a first-round exit at best. But right now, the Knicks look like a team that's very capable of going on a legit run, especially if they can continue to climb up those standings. The Philadelphia 76ers and the Cavaliers should start to feel nervous because the Knicks are inching very close to them. They're now only 1 game behind the Cavaliers for the 4 seed, and they're only about 3 games behind the 76ers for the 3 seed. So if the Knicks can continue to stay hot and climb up those standings as we get to the end of the season, they could get to that 3 or 4 seed, which really puts them in good position to get out of the first round. But anyway, now I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of how the Knicks have played this season? Tell me in the comments. Guys, like the Knicks, I'm also trying to achieve greatness. I'm trying to get to 15K subscribers before June. So please, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more dope content just like it, drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. But that's going to be it for me. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great rest of your day.